Hey yo, what's up guys? What's going on? Today we are going to have another exercise, and if you haven't mastered this exercise, please um, try to understand what's going on here, and if you don't understand, leave the comment below. And I'm gonna do another exercise number 2. We give it exercise number 2. And on this exercise, I was just thinking maybe we should write a program. I remember when I was studying Java programming. I remember my teacher gave me a task to do. It was I should write a program that can add some of the digit in a number such as 10. For example, let's put a small number like 3. So you have to add 1 plus 2 plus 3, then you get 6. So you write a program that sum up the digit, then it give you the answer. So it's pretty hard if you have to think, let's say 100. If you want to do it manually, it's really it's a little bit difficult, because you have to start with 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way till 100, and then you get the answer. So it's gonna take you a lot of time, and most of you guys, I know you may use calculator to get this answer, but it's an exercise whereby we can write a program that can do this job for us. So I'm going to show you how to do this. And if today I was asked to do this, maybe I'll use a function, because it's pretty easy to use a function to do this. So I'm going to write, first of all, I need to write the main function. So this is the main function. The more you write, the more you remember this or this. But if you're new to Java programming, then you don't have to understand this by heart, because as you're learning, you understand what all this means. But in a nutshell, it means the public, it's public, it's a modifier, so it can be accessed anywhere. Static, it's a function that can be called at anywhere within this class. So we have static and instance. So this is static, means the keyword static means you can access it at anywhere. Let's say if you have a variable and they are private, you can call them private, and they can be static, so you are able to access them from anywhere. And this is void, is not going to return anything, and this is the name of the method. So, and here you have an array, and this is just the name of this array. So the more you type, the more you understand. It's really pretty hard to understand everything once, but the more you practice, the more you get the whole concept. So now I need to be able to receive a number or digit from the keyboard. So what I'm going to use here, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to use a scanner, and the scanner is an object. So scanner, it's an object, and it comes from Java util package. So we give the name of the scanner input. Most of the time we give scanner the name of scanner input, and create an object. So scanner, and here you pass system.in. And here you can, if you're using Eclipse, it's just Control Shift O, then you get you get this package on your import. So I have it here. So the next thing we need to ask, let's say if you want to ask a user enter the number, then you do system.out.println, then a string, enter in number please. The number please. So this is going to be shown on the screen when you run the program. Then it'll be like ask the user to enter the number. And now we are going to use this object here, input dot we can give it the variable. Let's say if you want, we can just say int because the number, then maybe let's say value or a number equal to input. Then we use the object to call the next int because we are expecting to receive the int value. So if you're gonna expect to get the double or long or whichever data type you like, then you have to change this one to reflect whatever you like. I mean, what is your interest? So and now I need to write a function. I need to write a function here. So this is a method. So you cannot write a method within another method. For example, this is the main method. So if you want to write another method, then you have to go outside of this method and you type the method. Let's say, and this because you want this method to be accessed from anywhere. So this method we need to declare it as a public static, let's say, and whatever data type you want to return, let's say is int, and then you give the name of the method. For our purpose, we want to add up the digit. For example, if you type 10, then we add the whole digit from 0 to 10. So I'm gonna say some digit. So this digits. So this is how our method is going to return. It's going to return, let's say, the numbers we would like. This time I can use long and n. So I want this method to return I'm passing the parameter on this method. It's going to return int, but I'm passing the long digit here. So but before I can do anything, I need to we need to think. All the time you have to think when you are doing this kind of programming. So I want to save this number, the number to the this number that we are receiving to this method. I just want to store it on a temporary variable. So I can just create the int temporary. That's a variable, simple variable. You can just type wherever you like, and because I'm receiving a long here, I'm trying to make it a little bit more exciting or more a little bit more hard for you, so that you use your brain to think. So because you're receiving a long here, and here the method is going to return int, so you need to convert this number. Whenever this method receives this long here, we need to convert this long to int. So how do we do that? We have to use this typecasting, which is you have to type int, and then you type the, let's say if I can use maybe also static object or method. Let's say math dot abs. This is a method that is going to return absolute number. So we do this, and then we pass the this n here. You see, pass this variable here, and then at this moment we know sum let's declare a variable called sum here and assign it to 0. See, because it's going to complain if you don't assign it to you don't give this value, it will complain. So that's why I assign it to 0. So in here I want to loop through all the numbers the user is going to type. So if you type 2, I want to loop through 1, 2. If you enter 10, I want to loop from 1 to 10. You see, so let's create a loop here. So you're gonna create a for loop, and this for loop, and for loop normally you can just, because it's a for loop takes 3 things. So a for loop, it is accepted to type semicolon in the for loop as long as it's 3 things. So, and here I'm going to say temp, and I'll say if it's not equal to 0, and also temp divide by divide equal to 10. So what does it mean? It means if you're gonna deal with the number from 1 to 10, then we need to strip every number. For example, if you want to strip 1, so if you do this mathematics here, this temp number, this is the number that we're gonna add here, this function or this method is going to receive, and we have typecast this number here, it's long, and we convert it to int here. So right now this is the number here, we received it here, and now we are saying that this number, if you divide by 10, the number you're receiving here, if you divide by 10, the answer is what is the value of this temp. So we get that one by one. So if it was like 100, from 1 to 100, then we can also change this to 100. I hope it's clear. So because we are dealing with number from 1 to 10, then that's why we are using 10. Okay, and now we need to find the remainder, and here actually, yeah, we don't need semicolon here, so it's just that it's complaining, but here I think I forgot to put this, because I say if it's not equal to 0, so it should be an equal sign here, and then we need to check the remainder of this number. Whenever we divide this number with this 10, then what's the remainder? So I'm going to say that int remainder is equal to TP. We use this sign to get the remainder of the number. So if we divide this to 10, whatever is remain is that's the number we want, so it's gonna be a remainder. Okay, and then here we use this sum, then we add that number to sum, the remainder. See, it should be small letter. You see, and now after that, because you can see here we have this an error, it's saying missing return, so we have to return the sum. See, and now we need to be able to print this, the result here, and I can just print it here on the main method, because this, when you are running this program, this is what is going to be executed. So this method is going to execute this, execute whatever we like from here. So I'm going to say, and here I'm going to use again a bit complex, where if you have never programmed, if you are doing basic programming, then this might be a little bit new to you, but this is how you have to learn how to program in a hard way. And then I want to use a stream builder object, which is we're going to pass here stream builder, and normally a stream builder text first have to be a string, so we can say the sum of digit for from here. New, this should have, we can put this one goes with another one here. Sorry, I just messed up. And then we append. This is how you append a value. So use append the number, this number here. This is what we want, the sum of the digit for this number that users typed in. Then we are going to put this variable here, number. Then you say is, then you have to append again, append, and if you want to append now the answer of that, then we say, we call the that method, which is sum digit, and then on sum digit, then we pass the number that the users typed in. Then at the end of the day, you have to change everything to string, so use to string. So this is perfect fine. You can use this, or you can use the simple one, which is commonly used, is a string dot out dot print line, and then you pass here a string, then you say the sum of digits for, then you concatenate by plus sign for number, then another plus sign, then you pass is, then plus sign, then you pass the method, which is sum digit long, then you pass the number at the end of then if you save and run this program, it will ask